Yeah, I mean, you said to me before you've had some struggles like mental health. What was that because of this business, or where did that kind of?
No,
No.
it could be. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, like I will say, growing up, like I always kind of struggle with like social anxiety, like
Okay.
talking, in front of classes, presentations.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I like literally would get physically sick
Really?
because of it.
Were you nervous coming up here?
No, because I mean, obviously a little, but like
Yeah.
it's something I know.
Right.
So I've gotten the honor to come talk on this because I've had some success in this.
Absolutely.
So
2-time Hall of Famer.
yeah, I know like this is at least what I've been doing like the back of my hand. So
Yeah.
I can talk about that. But I would say like anxiety. It's honestly some depression, lows.
Yeah.
We all kind of go through stuff.
We all
but
do. Absolutely.
I think where it kind of got real for me was it was starting to physically impact
Really?
the way I lived, thought. We don't even go to bed.
Wow.
Just stuff like that. And again, I get up, go
Yeah.
to work, all that stuff. But
Were you in this industry at the time, or when
no,
you?
this was like middle school, high school.
Okay.
A little bit into college.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then kind of got bad.
Yeah.
Just
Did you understand what was going on? So a lot of times I feel like when you're in it, you don't like you be depressed, you don't recognize it's depressed, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you understand it or
yeah,
no?
over time, because I started to see doctors and
Yeah.
all sorts of medication
Got
treatment
it.
stuff like that, and my mom was a trooper for that. She
Yeah.
dragged me out of bed sometimes,
Really?
and all sorts of stuff.
Did you get help on your own, or did your mom push
well, until I was 18, she
She
kind
would
of orchestrated because she.
you? Yeah.
But after 18, she couldn't do that anymore.
Right.
So basically, like when we moved to Nashville, that's kind of when it got bad because, like my entire life, I grew up, Green Bay,
Yeah.
good family. I knew everybody around me. I had my environment.
Right. There's a big sense of community up there.
Oh, big time, man.
Yeah.
It's different up
And I only spent like a few days there, and I felt it.
It's a cool place.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Green Bay, go.
Yes.
Especially on a Sunday, Packer Sundays. But I was saying, when I moved to Nashville, it was literally like, I was excited for change.
Yeah.
But then once I got there and it settled in for a bit, I'm like, I don't know anybody here. This is a massive city.
Yeah.
I'm 21, no friends, like besides my family and they're the world to me. But like outside of that, nothing. Didn't know what I was gonna do. And honestly, at that point, that was probably like one of the lowest
Really.
points.
You just felt like alone.
Just depressed. Dude.
Yeah.
Like just no direction.
Yeah.
No direction. And what's crazy now, I can put my hand on a moment, dude, that it changed everything.
Really.
Where it was like, I won't get too into it, but like I've always known God exists. Like there has to be a designer on this world. There just has to be.
Were you raised religious?
Raised
Yeah.
Catholic Church, and but always aware.
Yeah.
There's something way bigger than us. So I never counted it out, but it was like one of those lowest moments that I remember. I went up my parents up in one of the closets, and my parents had this old school King James Bible from like Catholic school and like
Yeah.
way back, and I opened it for the first time, and I had no idea what I was opening to.
Yeah.
It was like Old Testament, like probably like Leviticus. I opened it, and I didn't know what I was reading.
Yeah.
But it was literally the act of opening it that something changed. Like,
Wow.
I'm like, God, if you were like, show me something.
Yeah.
And like literally 2 days later, like no joke, Craigslist ad, Brent calls me,
Okay.
and like, with the depression, it's like the best way I can describe it is like, dude, you're like clouded, like you can't see, you don't see light.
Right.
It's just dark in your head.
Yep.
And like, dude, at that moment, like, sky opened, dude.
Really.
Like it's like
Saw the light.
I can see again, and it sounds but like
Like someone turned the lights on.
I can see again. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I can actually have a life and do something and inspire and do these things.
Wow.
And it was like that moment, and then it just started to roll, man.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, that's crazy.
but I will share this too. Is once I was a little bit before that, when we got to Nashville, so I was over the age of 18, so I had my mom and dad were like, dude, you got to go see someone for this.
Yeah.
But we can't make you do it. And I literally checked myself into, it was an outpatient therapy for, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Just kind of slow your brain down, figure out what's going on, treat it, and kind of work on the way you process your thoughts and stuff. Because if you get into these ruts, man, it's hard to get out of them.
Yeah, man, you get stuck in your own head.
Yeah, you have to create new. Like the best way I can describe that is like imagine like you're in a Jeep, like you're driving a Jeep and you're going through like a bunch of mud.
Yeah.
Like over time, that mud track just it forms a track.
Right.
So the next car thought that comes behind it automatically is going on that track. Basically, what they taught you to do was to create. You have to get rid of this and get something new. Get these new kind of thought patterns going like that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what reversed that.
Really?
Got me a lot more on page. I'm not perfect by any means. I still struggle with stuff, but
right, we all do. That's the thing. People,
definitely helps.
I have anxiety and depression. Everyone does.
Yeah.
It's just how do you learn how to manage it and get through? We all have moments where it's gonna rear its head, right? But going through what you're going through, I'd imagine now you have some kind of skill set up to where, just like you say, you know how to get out of your slump.
Yep.
Like I'd imagine now when that those feelings come back, you know how to kind of fight them off.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, it took years, right?
Took a while.
Yeah.
It took a while. No, but yeah, you still go through it, but it's definitely kind of turned itself around.
Absolutely.
It's been 5 years since that, so.
Yeah.